We're back then with another beginner's guide for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. This will be the final Fantastic Four character we are covering. After that, I think I'll very likely have a look at Doctor Doom. I'll then do a poll for the 6 base characters that were in the game are still to cover, and then we'll finish up with Infinite Thanos. But for today, it is the thing we'll be having a look at, a really fun character. Now, in the video, to give you an idea of how he plays, we'll start off with an overview, we'll check out his stats, we'll then have a more in-depth look at his abilities, we'll check out his team bonuses, we'll talk about the synergy attacks that are available on him, we'll look at the build I'm running on him, and the ISO 8 I would suggest. We'll then check out his alternative costume, of which he has 3, and then we'll finish up with a quick summary. So let's jump in, and we'll start off with the overview. In the previous beginner's guide we covered the Human Torch, and he was a character I felt would have a lot of similarities with Thing in regards to, he's quite a one-dimensional character, but what he does exceptionally well. With Human Torch, I said he burned things, he burned them really well, and with Thing he smashes or even clobbers things, and he clobbers them really well. Now if we look at his abilities, you can see you have the melee tag across all 4 of them, so you can really push his damage numbers up with particular focused ISOs. His hero trait is Super Strength, one I don't use too often, but every so often it can be fun to pick up a forklift or a car or smash someone with it. In regards to his stats, he actually does really well. His vitality is up an A, his strength is an A, mastery is a B, resilience is a C, durability is an A, and energy is an F. So that means he can actually take a lot of damage and he can put out a lot of damage as well. But that's really what you expect Thing to play like, so they've got him right in that regard. So that's the overview anyway. Let's have a more in-depth look at his abilities now. The first ability we have here is Power Punch. So this is a dash attack, but it's a dash attack with a difference in that generally you can charge up your dash attacks, but you can't do that with this. You need to just tap it. You'll run through, and when you push the enemy back, you'll do multiple damage ticks on them, and at the end he actually does a punch which does additional extra damage as well. So if you use this against a boss that's stuck in the corner, or if you use it against the likes of Sandman or any of your other larger bosses like Surtur, then you can do an insane amount of damage against them. So really nice ability, one that is a bit situational, but in the right situation you really can do so much damage. The next ability we have another unique one here, so this is nice to see. This one is Ground Pound again, an ability many characters have, but the difference with the Thing, if you continue to smash the button, you'll continue smashing the ground, and you can see he actually does it faster as time goes on there. Now, damage wise, I did test it against various different bosses with the Power Punch skill and also the Double Clobber skill, and it came out a lot lower. So this one here, I would genuinely really just use it if you're looking to take out trash. Maybe you're surrounded by a group of enemies, then you can use this to take it out, but I wouldn't go using it on bosses or elites at all. The next ability we have here is Double Clobber. So this one alongside Power Punch would be one that I would use on a boss or an elite if they're stunned or staggered. So Power Punch is used larger boss or they're stuck in a corner. If it's one you would potentially run by with Power Punch, then you'll use Double Clobber instead. It hits exceptionally hard. Now, Thing was only level 100 when I recorded this. I didn't have any melee ISOs on him at all, and he was able to crit for 40,000. When I charged it, he was critting for 70,000. So I'm actually planning to maybe leveling him up to 300 and trying to get the best ISO on him just to see how hard he can actually hit. I imagine you'll probably be able to break around about 250,000 or so, but really nice ability, this one. The final ability we have here is Ready to Rock, and under certain circumstances in game this can be exceptionally useful. So the levels with the lasers, the level with the really annoying hallway with the Celestial, you can actually just hold this down and you can walk through all that damage. The same with the Wakandan Cannon actually as well. Now Colossus has a very similar skill. The difference with Thing and the advantage is that he actually moves a lot quicker than Colossus, so it's not as tedious to get across a level, and also at the end of it he punches the rock, so he does a small amount of damage as well, but by and large you are taking this for the utility it offers. You would never use it as a damage ability at all. But that's all the abilities. The light and heavy attack and ultimate, there's really nothing special about them, they are just melee attacks. Rotation wise, what I would do then, I would generally use power punch to get close to an enemy to break their stagger gauge, and then from there I would follow up with double clobber, and your ground pound you just use to take out trash. But that's all the abilities. Let's have a look at the team bonus. Team bonus wise then, Fang is part of only 3 different teams, and like the remaining Fantastic Four characters, it really struggles to get a decent team bonus, if any at all. Now actually when we look at them, you've got the 3 teams which are Guardians of the Galaxy, Heavy Hitters and Fantastic Four. The only overlap you have over those 3 teams is with Drax, who's in 2 different teams, so that's it. That's the only team bonus you can actually get when you are running Fang and you're looking for other characters to boost these stats up there. Now let's check out his synergies. For the synergies, he has 3 different synergy traits. Of course, the final defensive skill doesn't have a synergy trait at all there. So you've got charge, bash and slam, and his attacks hit really hard as it is in the first instance, so when you add the synergy element into the mix you can really do some nice damage. Now in regards to the top 5 team synergies, this is the characters that it's really easy to synergise with. It's not necessarily the best synergies, but it's the ones that's the easiest to get due to the sheer number of them. You've got Crystal, Hulk and Star-Lord up the top there at 68. Crystal and Star-Lord feature a lot in these videos. We've then got Crystal, Star-Lord, Wolverine at 67. Hawkeye, Hulk, Star-Lord 67, and in the bottom 2 on 66 are Crystal, Luke Cage and Star-Lord, and Hulk, Luke Cage and Star-Lord. So once again, this is the easiest synergies to proc because there's so many of them, but it's not necessarily the most effective synergies. Now let's have a look at the build option I'm using on them. When we discussed the stats earlier on, the vitality and the durability were both up at an A rating, and his resilience was a decent C rating as well. Now due to that, when I'm playing him, I actually play him as a tank stroke brawler, so I had to call this build the clobbering time build. So what you're looking for ideally, it's the ISOs listed at the top. You've got increased damage of melee ability attacks by 24.9, increased crit chance of melee attacks by 13.1, and also because he's got quite a few charge abilities, what I like to put on him is increased resistance to being interrupted whilst attacking by a ton, and then finally, so that he can actually tank for you, you go for increase the likelihood of being targeted by 44.5%. so if that's set up, you'll be able to take a lot of damage and you'll be doing a whole lot of damage as well. Until you get those particular ISOs, and if you're looking to put out damage on them, you would go for increased damage done to enemies by 16.5, increased strength by 13.7 because that applies to all melee attacks, and then finally your increased crit chance by 8%. But the ones at the top are the ones that you really are aiming for. That's the build. Let's now check out his alternative costume, and he's got 2 of them. The first alternative costume then, this is the recolouring of his base costume, the red recolouring. This actually looks really nice across all of the Fantastic Four characters. This one, if you're looking to get it, you have to go into the Shadow of Doom, must be on superior difficulty, and it's in the negative zone, one of the chests when you're working your way through. If you smash that, you'll get this costume from there. The next costume we have is the Future Foundation look, and just to confirm, I know I've said it many times, but at the time of this video there is no alternative recolouring of this. We've no idea if that's a bug or it's just simply not coming to the game at all. It wouldn't really be the Future Foundation costume, the colours changed because it's all about the white colouring on it. But in order to unlock this, it's the Shadow of Doom Gauntlet. It is later on stages, so it's around about level 200 plus, so you're going to have to really level up your characters before you can get these. But let's now finish up with a quick summary. Thing then is a pretty simple character, but he is a character that's there to smash things and take a lot of damage. So what he does well, and as mentioned, I'm really excited to see damage wise how hard you could actually push some of his abilities, because some of the initial damage numbers are looking pretty crazy. Even let me know in the comments below if you've got them leveled up, what kind of damage numbers you are getting on him. But if you're a Thing fan, I think you will absolutely love him. If you're looking for a nice simple character to play, I'm sure you'll love him. If you're looking for a character that's maybe got a little bit more going on in their kit, then you might want to check out somebody else, but I certainly enjoyed the time I spent with him doing this beginner's guide. So next up, I reckon it will probably be Doctor Doom. So keep an eye out for that. I'll get it up within the next few days, and thanks for tuning in. Take the time to hit the like button, subscribe button, share button, and I'll see you all again soon.